Hello and welcome to Polk Place. I'm Brian Lacey, and joining me in studio is Tony Correo with CPS Investment Advisor. He's also the co-chair for Mr. Central Florida, the 10th mission, and on the board of directors as a member. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Brian. Glad to be here.
An event that's near and dear to my heart, 2016 alumni.
Likewise, I was on the 2020 contestant list and had a great time raising money.
Yeah, see, and it says a lot for people that are going to come back and help out an organization. I really didn't know that much about Central Florida Speech and Hearing, and got an invite. They had come in and done a few tapings with me, and it was just a wonderful experience. Talk to me a little bit about how you found out about them.
So I'm with CPS Investment Advisors, and our company has had a contestant since the beginning. This is the 10th year now of the event, and so for the last 10 years, we've had somebody partake. And I was excited about my opportunity. My daughter had a speech and language issue growing up through elementary school, used a speech pathologist for many of years, and so I was very passionate about getting involved and raising funds for the center.
So this is one of the most unique fundraising events that I've ever seen. For those that have never heard about it, ever seen it, talk about Mr. Central Florida.
Yeah, Mr. Central Florida, right? Big body. Yeah. Want to raise the most money. Yeah.
Some of us hurt a little bit more when we're like, oh.
It's a fundraising competition. So it's all about raising money for the kids. It's all about raising money for the center and supporting the center's mission and what they do in the community. Last year at this time, there was a waiting list of almost 190 families that were trying to get into the center for services. And because of this show and the community support, over the last year, we've knocked almost 50 people off of that waiting list. Well, our goal is to get down below 100 people and closer to zero people on the waiting list waiting to get services for speech or language, and building this group of contestants, going out into the community, raising awareness is what the center needs for continuing support of our folks in our local community. This is the best fundraising event that Central Florida has to offer. It comprises the most contestants over the broadest area over a good amount of time. The event's going to be held at the new Bonnet Springs Park Entertainment Center in October.
I am excited about that.
So that's got a lot of buzz going. This is, I believe, one of their first events that they're going to have out there after their grand opening. So we're super excited. Fresco's Southern Kitchen and Bar is going to be catering the event with food and ovations and all great stuff. There's going to be some music. There's going to be live auction items. There's going to be online items to bid on, as well as these contestants that support the center in their different ways. All these folks have a connection to the center one way or another. Maybe they wear hearing aids, or maybe they have a speech issue, or maybe a family member who's had a stroke and had services from the center in the past to learn their hearing again or learn how to speak again. So many different ways the center is involved in the community, and it's the best goal is to get everybody off of that waiting list, get everybody taken care of, get funds into the center to take care of the people. They're hiring speech pathologists, they're hiring audiologists. The center is growing and expanding, and the team is building. There's more fundraising members on the platform this year, and it's going to be a great event. This is the 10th year. The 10th mission.
The 10th mission.
Yeah.
So I understand it's a James Bond theme.
Right.
But in the end, the idea is to raise money. And so if they see any of these individuals on social media, out in public, me, man, I was not above panhandling in the streets.
Yeah. There's people that'll just go around knocking on doors. There'll be people showing up at your business asking you for your donations.
Well, tell them how they get votes.
Yeah, so every dollar equals one vote. There's various ways to vote. There's various ways to bid. Online, MrCentralFlorida.org is the website that's going to be up and running with the leaderboard of all the contestants. But everything from participating in a golf event in October to a clay shooting event also in October to buying tickets to try to win a Volkswagen. 1.5T Volkswagen car that's been donated by Lakeland VW, $50 for a ticket to try to win a car.
Cool.
Or instead of the car, maybe you want to take the cash. There's a cash option. But there's a number of different ways to get involved. You can even just buy a ticket to come to the Bonnet Springs Park at the end of the year. It's $125. They'll get you a ticket, get you in for all the drinks and entertainment, and get you a seat at the table. It's limited capacity.
Yeah.
400 to 500 people is what's going to be the capacity at the venue. And with the sponsorships that are out there, sponsorships range from 500 to 5,000, and every sponsorship level will get you some tickets into the night of the event. But also the other events, the golf and the clay shoot. There was a cornhole event last year that was hosted. There was a ruck march that was hosted. Another contestant hosted cigar night out at the lounge.
Oh,
so there's a
wow.
lot of different things that are going to go on. Swan Brewing is very involved out at their venue with bingo and trivia night. Donations will be going to the center by ways of that. And so, 20 contestants is where we're at this year. And so you'll see people from all different avenues out in the community, online, social media, Central Florida Speech and Hearing Center, getting funds raised for the center this year.
Speaking from past experience, talk to me really why it's so important to have Central Florida Speech and Hearing in our community and for us to support them.
Sure. I think the biggest thing to me is communication. People communicate with one another in a number of different ways. Speaking like this, sign language, hearing, visually learning. How do you interpret what someone is offering to you, trying to teach you? How are you trying to learn? And if you don't have speech and language, to me it seems like a big barrier in order to get to the next step, in order to have that discussion or to work through that obstacle. How can you do that if you can't express your thoughts, or if you can't put into words what you're thinking, or how you can formulate a sentence or write a couple of notes? And so communication is the root of everyday life, and you have to be able to have a back and forth, or at least be able to read and interpret. And those two things, to me, if you can't do it at a young age, or you can't continue to hone those skills throughout your life, it's going to create some barriers. And so our goal is at the center is to get everybody the opportunities that they need, get them even a hearing aid, if they just need a hearing aid for the year, to have people on a waiting list to get hearing aids, a critical part of communication, to me, is my goal. Let's get these people off the waiting list. Let's get them taken care of. Let's help build communication to help make interactions and relationships better. That's what is the foundation to building a relationship, is communicating with one another, and you need speech and language to do it effectively.
Tony, I want to thank you for coming in today, sharing the passion of Central Florida Speech and Hearing, and of course the 10th mission of Mr. Central Florida, and look forward to seeing you.
It's going to be great. It's going to be a great year. Thank you for having us. And Central Florida Speech and Hearing Center, Mr. Central Florida 2022. Thank you very much.
Central Florida Speech and Hearing invites you to the 10th annual Mr. Central Florida 2022, Saturday, October 29th at 5:30, Bonnet Springs Park. Contestants earn the title by seeking votes equaling to $1 each. At the end of the campaign, the contestant with the most votes is crowned Mr. Central Florida. All proceeds benefit the center. Now, if you need more information about the center, check them out on the web at cfshc.org or give them a call, 863-686-3189.